open with the pledge, and Commissioner Groninger will have a prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we come to you this morning with humble hearts as we look to do the county's business. We just thank you for this opportunity to be able to serve our community. We ask that you give us wisdom in our decisions. We thank you for just the gorgeous weather out there and just the spring and the new life that brings and just the joy that it brings in our hearts, dear Lord. We thank you for all the many blessings you pour out upon us and upon this community. Continue to allow us to serve and glorify you in our actions, words, and deeds. In Jesus' name.
Very good. Thank you, Gary. Good morning, Brad.
Good morning.
Brad's joining us remotely this morning. We'll call the meeting to order and entertain a motion for the signing of the claims and minutes.
Make a motion to approve the claims and minutes.
Second.
Okay. We need a roll call for that? Yes. Okay. Bob Conley, aye.
Gary Groninger, aye.
Brad Jackson, aye.
Okay. A. Bate is with us this morning. Who's going to step forward and give us your presentation. Tell us who you are and who you're with.
Okay, I'm with Abate of Indiana, Kosciuszko County.
And your name?
We're here to proclaim that the month of May be the Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month.
Okay. And do you have that proclamation with
I
you?
sure do.
Yeah. Hand that to me and I can read that. We'll put that into the record. Okay, Kosciuszko County Commissioners, proclamation to whom these presents may come, greetings. Whereas motorcycles serve as an excellent form of transportation in our county for commuting, touring, and recreational uses, and whereas motorcycles are energy-efficient vehicles, assisting in reducing fuel consumption and contributing to the reducing traffic and parking congestion in many communities, and whereas road safety is the county's highest priority for our streets, roads, and highways, and whereas increased awareness and knowledge of the rules of the road are good driving skills are necessary for the safe operation of all motor vehicles. Whereas citizens interested in learning how to ride a motorcycle or improve their current riding skills and knowledge can participate in our offered courses throughout the state of Indiana. And whereas the Motorcycle Riders Association of Indiana have joined with the Indiana Department of Education, the Indiana Department of Transportation, and other state and county agencies in an effort to increase public awareness for the need of improved safety on our streets, roads, and highways. Now, therefore, I, Bob Conley, President, Kosciuszko County Commissioners, Warsaw, Indiana, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2024 as Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month in Kosciuszko County and urge citizens to be cognizant of the need for care and awareness at all times as they live, work, and travel our streets, roads, and highways throughout our great county. This testify before I have hereunto set my hand and cause to fix the seal of Kosciuszko County in the city of Warsaw, state of Indiana, on this 11th day of April 2024. Okay? I'm going to step up and get a picture. Yeah, we'll keep one for our record. Give me that.
There's more than one in there, I assume. Okay, so you sign both of them. And then,
Take one back.
yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. So, oh, that's right. That's not here.
Brad's.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate
you.
everything you guys do. We'll get that to our lady there.
Quite a few.
A bunch. Ever since I've been here, that's 20 years almost. Thank you very much, folks. Keep up the good work. County Highway, Steve Moriarty. Okay, thank you. Sheriff's Office, Jim Smith. And Chris McClung.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Chris has a couple grants he wants to talk to you about today.
Good morning. We're here to ask permission to apply for 2 federal grants through the Department of Justice. They're both for our Kosciuszko Community Recovery Program. The first grant is the 2024 Improving Adult and Youth Stabilization and Community Reentry Program. Now, the number that's on there is a maximum.
Okay.
It isn't open yet for us to apply into it, so we can't actually get in and do the calculations to find out what our actual number is for what we're asking. But the maximum award for that program is $825,000 over 2 years. It's probably going to be substantially less than that for our actual request, but that is the maximum.
And that's for everybody that applies or just per agency? That's the,
No, that's the max, yeah, that's what the max your program can be. The chances are ours is probably going to be in that same $400,000 range, $300,000 to $400,000 range that we've been hitting on other programs.
Yeah.
It's a competitive grant between
Okay.
this one and the second one. Nationwide, there's only going to be a total of 17 of these awarded, so it's highly competitive. And that's why you're seeing a number of these come through. Each of these grants that we're trying to get funding for this program through are national grants. They're highly competitive.
very good. Okay.
And the
Thank-
second one is the request to apply for the 2024 Justice and Mental Health Collaboration Program. The maximum dollar amount there is for $833,000. That's also a Department of Justice grant. The application process would be exactly the same. It's highly competitive as well.
Okay. Very good.
There again, what county matching dollars?
There's no match.
No match.
What we're getting ready to work towards implementing the navigator's position.
Right.
Once that's in, these grants are actually going to go towards contractual services for peer recovery coaches and mental health to actually facilitate the program back in the jail. Anything that we would put in the request is already in place for the sheriff's department. There's no actual match.
Okay.
Okay. These actual numbers. Very
Yes.
good. Okay, do we have a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the application for these 2 grant requests.
I would second that.
It's been a motion and second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Bob Conley, aye.
Carrie Groninger, aye.
Brad Jackson, aye.
Thank you.
Thank you
Appreciate
very
that.
much. You have a good
Yeah.
day.
Keep up the good work. Kip Shooter, Emergency Management Agency Director, person.
Good morning.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
I'm here before you this morning, taking the next step in our multi-hazard mitigation plan, and that Ed started almost 2 years ago. Asking for your approval to enter into agreement with Christopher B. Burke Engineering for them to do our update of our multi-hazard mitigation plan. The figure number you see here on the agenda is the grant funds that have already been approved
Okay,
from the hazard mitigation grant. So this would be paid for from that grant.
okay. So those funds have already been approved and they're budgeted?
Yes.
Okay.
So, I mean, was this a competitive bid process, or how did the contractor get selected?
This came from previous information that was brought to me. We joined in with them to do Elkhart County's multi-hazard mitigation plan, and they were the ones performing that plan. So it was just brought to them.
So what, as far as the deliverables on this when we're done, what's the multi-hazard mitigation plan going to include?
It'll include all hazards, so tornadoes, flooding, weather, all the different hazards that we would encounter
is that chemical as well as environmental?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
very good. Okay. Do you have any
You want-
questions?
Brad, you want to make the motion?
Sure, I'd make that motion.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Proceed with it.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye. Bob Conley, aye.
Kerry Groener, aye.
Brad Jackson, aye.
Very good.
Thank you.
Okay, keep up the good work, yep. Gail Chapman? Gail?
Good morning.
Good morning. Have you talked to her?
I'm here today to request and hopefully get approval to purchase a second vehicle for my office. I met with the council on the pre-meeting last week and discussed the logistics of why we need a second vehicle at this point. The first reason is when we bought the first vehicle 4 years ago, we were splitting that between residential building permits and our sales disclosure field checks. Bobby's building permits have multiplied substantially over the last 4 years. From January to about the third week of March, she has received 331 new building permits for this year already. So on top of that, she'll have another probably 700 to 800 field checks that she'll have to go out on, ones that were processed last year that were not finished, and then she'll have the rest of the year with building permits that come in on a daily basis. With moving our commercial industrial team back in office, our field work is going to change. We'll have to have a vehicle in order to do building permits for that department as well, along with reassessment will be done as field checks. We will do physical inspections with Nexus LTD, who we hired to train Jennifer Spires to do our work. They will be going out on a daily basis and actually going to every commercial building in this quarter of the reassessment cycle, making sure that we have everything that we need, that we have it assessed correctly, and that the taxpayers know that our commercial department's going to be back in-house again and who they can contact if they have any questions. So that field work is going to start here very, very quickly. They will be going out probably, I'm going to say, a minimum of 3 days a week. The other 2 days, the vehicle will be shared with our sales disclosure team, which has, I think last year they had 2,300 sales disclosures that went through our county, of which about 85% of those they have to do physical inspections on in order to verify that at the time of the sale, what was out there in the field and what we reassess on our side match. So renting vehicles for that many people, trying to keep track of invoices. I spent the entire summer last year chasing down sales tax, chasing down invoices that we did not get. I spent the entire summer doing that.
Wow.
I have a lot more important things to do with my time. I'm sure you guys understand that. So at this point, we would be able to purchase another vehicle. We'd be able to share that between the two teams, and I think that would satisfy the biggest portion of our work at this point.
Your need.
So I am here to ask permission to be able to purchase another vehicle.
And then you do have the funds in.
I
your-
do. This will be paid out of our sales disclosure fund. That's a very use-specific fund. You can only do certain things with the money. Training is one of them. Sales disclosure checks is another one. So that's how it will be purchased and paid for.
Have you done any shopping as far as
I have.
prices go?
I submitted all that information. I gave it to Rhonda and I presented it to the council. I spent a Saturday going out to, I think, 5 different dealers. I also went out of Kosciuszko County and went to Goshen, looked at a couple dealers there. I did go to N&J to look at a couple of used vehicles, and I went there basically because I trust the vehicles that he purchases. I think he does a good job of purchasing his vehicles. He's very picky on what he purchases. The only thing we need to remember on that is with the miles that are on them, the warranty is only going to finish the 3 years or 36,000 miles. So that's something that we probably need to think about if we want to go used. I'm fine with that. We just need to think about that. That I might have more maintenance issues up front versus purchasing a brand-new vehicle.
Gail, one question. I know this is a little off topic, but you brought up the 331 new permits for building permits. I mean, I mean, that's great to hear the numbers going up, but what is it normally? Is it 200? I mean, I'm just trying to get an idea how much increase that actually has happened, you know?
I think the biggest portion of the increase in the building permits have been the new plats for the new housing, the new subdivisions.
Okay.
We've got another one that just came in for, I believe it's like 91 or 109 new plats in a subdivision that will have new housing in them. So that's been the biggest portion of it. So I'd say we're probably up, I'm going to say easily 25%.
Really? Great, great. Well, I mean, I guess I believe in, you know, equipping our employees with the tools they need to be able to do their job. I'd make a motion to approve the purchase of a second vehicle for the assessor's office with the funds that she has available.
I would second that.
Okay, it's been moved and second. Is the discussion, you talking new vehicle or used?
I'll
or
leave that up to
her
the department
discretion?
head's discretion on what
Okay.
vehicle she feels would best fit her needs.
I think you need to know which way you need to go on that, because,
Okay.
okay. Call the vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Bob Conley, aye.
Gary Groener, aye.
Brad Jackson, aye.
All right.
Thank you,
Thank
Gail.
you, guys.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Gail.
Community Coordinator Amy Rowe, here at the Hoosier Enduring Legacy Program, apparently.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I am going to start presenting related to the work I'm doing every quarter. This is my first presentation. So I am going to spend most of my presentation just walking through what you have in front of you. The first sheet is each of the specific projects or programs that were instituted based on the HELP program. So if you remember that $1 million match has actually created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 15 different initiatives. So I feel like that's a pretty good investment for the money put into the program. Had a conversation with Oprah, and they were very excited that there were this many initiatives. Usually with the HELP program, there was only either 1 or 2 programs or projects that were able to be accomplished or instituted because of that money. I want to bring to your attention in red the Chinworth Bridge Trail Project. The 100% does not mean that it's done. The 100% means that all of the stages that I currently know related to the project are completed. So I am awaiting for the design phases and the construction phases. So I don't want that to be confusing. So that will show completion of projects and the phases that I have been given related to the completion of each of the projects. Any questions on that first page?
Everything here.
No, I mean, I think these are great. It's great to see some of these ARPA projects that the county's doing, moving along in their planning and preparing for construction soon, I hope. And then as well as the other 3 projects, the monies that we were able to get from Okra, being able to get those out to Milford, Mentone, and Pearston, and seeing those projects and planning coming along nicely too. So it's great to see that we're making progress.
Lots of work done, but we are definitely. The next deadline for the planning is on June 21st. Another application to Okra is due. The second page, I just did a brief kind of breakdown of different additional projects that either Carrie or other community members from the local units of government that I work with have asked me to participate in. I get asked to sit with town boards a lot, talk through grants, chat through different initiatives, share my opinion, and help to guide and direct a lot of those town boards. So I put from when I went full-time, which was Q4 of last year, and then this first quarter as well. So those are just a few extra projects. Any questions related to those that you have?
Looks like you're busy. That's good.
I am very busy.
Okay.
I feel like I'm
You know,
going.
I guess the big thing, Amy, that I really see, and I've been super impressed with your ability to build a relationship with a lot of our small towns in the county. And, you know, that's really, I'm still getting a lot of positive feedback from them that I think the relationships that we've built between the county and the small communities in our county is key to what's going to really take us to the next level as a county, that a lot of these small towns haven't had the capacity or didn't know where to get the resources to be able to move a project for you or forward. So I think your ability to help point them in the right direction and connect the dots with the people they need to is really going to be key to seeing continued success, not even the projects we already have scheduled here, but I know I have you engaged in a lot of different things to help move some other initiatives forward in the county, and it's just super excited to see the progress that we're making, and I think our county is going to be better because of it, so I thank you for your service.
Well, thank you. It's been neat just to sit and talk to different folks. I've learned so much and actually feel like these folks have become friends and family. They're hardworking individuals who come up against a lot of challenges as they're trying to provide for their neighbors and friends. And so it's neat to be able to sit and talk to them and try to provide value and help to support, so. And
They
the
kind of
last-
feel
oh.
like they're not out there on their own anymore.
Yes.
They felt like they were long-lost cousins that no one cared about, and that's changing, so.
Well, thank you,
Appreciate
yeah.
everything you've done there.
Yeah, that's been mentioned a couple times, and I feel
Very
like that's
good.
a neat thing that you guys did. And the last 2 pages, for those who don't want to read all the details, because sometimes details are, I mean, there's just a lot of information, easy to just review graphs that show the completion from the stages, and then you can see the quarterly progress. Hopefully, we'll be able to show. So we did choose a phase. Obviously, that phase is dependent upon all of the perfect things working out. So construction going well, all the things. So that may or may not change based on new information or hopefully no obstacles, but I will update that every quarter and you can see where we're at. And
Okay.
hopefully it's a forward progress. That's the goal, at least,
Very
knock on
good.
wood.
Thank
And
you.
I guess one thing I do want to clarify, from some of the program creation projects that you've worked on, Amy, that's been more of just you're helping existing organizations navigate through the process. It's not like we're creating more programs that the county is somehow funding. You're just helping navigate through and allowing them to connect the dots and really helping some of these programs get the right connections they need to be able to move forward. It's not like we're creating a bunch of bureaucracy in our county that is unneeded. So just, you obviously know we're a conservative bunch and we want to see our county succeed, but we're not about just creating programs that don't have people that are passionate about them and want to see those initiatives move forward outside of county government, so.
Yeah, and I think that's been the neatest thing. So 6 of the top programs, one we may not complete, I haven't found a partner for it, but 6 of those programs that were chosen through the process as top programs that were mostly related to strengthening the local economy. As you can see, most of those have a partner. The one that I am most proud of right now is the We Lead Kosciuszko, which is that initiative to help engage the next generation of leaders. They just recently got their business entity through the state of Indiana, because they are creating a separate entity that will sit under KLA to be able to encourage and be a next step for individuals who go through KLA can then attend this call-out event and be educated on what service opportunities are available and be able to move that forward. That was a brainchild of Mayor Tomer. He actually helped us to create that. So each of these programs, as you stated, is not something that the county's really doing. That's been a lot of the hard work, Bob, is going out to and finding organizations that are existing that have initiatives that they have been trying to move forward for a while, and being able to come alongside them and provide the support to be able to help, whether that's the chamber, KLA, the community foundation, some other entities, to be able to help to provide labor to be able to make that happen. So
Very good.
I've worked getting fiscal sponsors and grants and all the things to try to make sure that we're moving things forward. So
Okay, very good. Thank
any
you.
other questions or things that you'd like to see added to the report for next time I come? I think the next will be August.
Pretty inclusive, I think.
No, I think, Amy, this
Thank
is
you.
great, and I know you're gonna present to the council as well, and I guess the main thing that I just think is awesome, that you can really see a return on the investment that we've made in your position and how that's helping our community be better, so I appreciate that. So that's something that makes it easy for us as political or elected officials to make decisions to move forward with your position or those types of investments in our community when we can really see an ROI on that investment. So appreciate that.
Well, this has been a really great experience as well, suggesting to do this. I think it's really helpful for me because I know that I feel like I'm doing a lot, but to be able to actually put this on paper has been really helpful for me as well, because I can see that all the time that I put into things that we are actually moving things forward. Sometimes you feel like you're going in circles because of grant processes, but.
It's
been
always
neat.
good to be able to quantify what you're doing. So
Yes.
That's good. Thank you.
Yep, and thank you to Kayla Bailey. So Kayla Bailey at Kedco was the one who helped me to put this report. She is much more talented in technology, and she
always
helped me
someone.
to navigate this and create this. So I want to give props to her because she was very instrumental in helping me make this happen.
Very good.
So,
Thank you,
Okay.
Amy.
okay,
Everything,
Appreciate you
Brad?
coming.
Nope, thanks, Amy.
thank you.
Okay.
Very informative.
Thank you.
Okay. Next on the agenda is Redevelopment Commission, Joni Truex. She's
Good,
here by remote, so go ahead, Joni.
thank you. Appreciate your grace letting me be here by remote. Rhonda, can I share my screen possibly? Ah, okay. Hang on, that didn't work.
I'm just impressed you can do that.
Okay, can you see it now? Hopefully.
No,
No?
just your home screen.
All right. I had it on another screen. I drug it over here, but that's not going to work, is it? All right. Give me 1 second. So I'm not in control of the screen is the problem. I wonder if I open it here instead. This doesn't work. I'll just give the report without. Can you see it now? Probably not.
No.
Okay, we will skip that.
Right.
How's that?
Okay to move forward, Rhonda? Okay. Go ahead, Joni. Go ahead and give us
Okay.
your report.
I apologize. I thought that I could share the screen, but it's not allowing it. Okay, in front of you, you should have a legal size report. What I'm doing is required by House Bill 105, which is referred to as the Christmas tree bill from the 2023 session. And they put in there that the Redevelopment Commission must report to the commissioners and to the council once a year by April 15th, the actual, everything that has happened within the Redevelopment Commission TIFs that have been established that are authorized by and through Kosciuszko County. The importance of that statement is that there are lots of TIFs that appear in Gateway, but any authorizing unit other than Kosciuszko County is responsible for reporting their own. So these are only Kosciuszko County TIFs. And you did get the spreadsheet, correct?
Yes, we have it before us.
Thank you. Okay, so this will tell you who the actual TIF ID, the TIF district, the gross assessed value, net assessed value, base assessed value, and incremental assessed value of each of the TIFs in Kosciuszko County through the Redevelopment Commission. Also, the revenue dollars that we received, plus the expenses that we paid out, and the balance in those accounts. Now, there's also two that have bonds with debt that have been, bonds have been issued and debt is owed. One is the Dreyfus bond, which has a balance of $1.665 million. They paid $475,000, and their expected payoff date is 2026. And the other one that has an outstanding bond is True Point and True Point Extended, and their bond was owed as 1.608, 461. so it's 1.6 million plus. And they paid $117,358, and that bond is expected to be paid off in 2037. This also gives you the TIF creation dates, so you know exactly when they were created and when they set to expire. The one that will expire first, just so you know, is Van Buren, which was the Maple Leaf TIF. It is due to expire in 2026. There are two TIF districts that have absolutely no activity, no income, no assessed value. They sit at zero. Those both were established officially January 3rd of 23. That is the South Shore Residential and the South Etna Green Residential. And as you're probably aware, Etna Green has put a hold on doing anything at this point with their residential TIF, but we are keeping that open per KEDCO's input because they could come back and revisit that at some point and decide that they want to do that. So it's not causing any problems or costing anything. It's just sitting there. So we're going to leave that TIF as it stands now. There is hopefully some movement on the South Shore, but it would probably be at least, I'm going to guess, 2 years before there's ever any numbers in here. That's just an estimate. And then at the bottom of the report, beyond the totals of everything, the active commissioners are listed along with their positions. And this is also a requirement that we give you every year. And this report is due to you by April 15th. And the numbers, just so that you are aware, are generated through the auditor's office. And the redevelopment commission gets reports every time we meet on all of those numbers. And also all this information has to be reported to through Gateway, and that has been done. And so the numbers have been pulled from that actual report. And a huge thank you to the auditor's office, to both Alyssa and Rhonda for helping pull this together. And that completes what I'm required to do. Are there any questions on
Very good.
this?
Brad, do you have anything?
I think you're pretty thorough. That's informative.
Okay, very good.
You should have gotten maps too, which is another requirement so that you know exactly where the TIF districts are. Brad, you may not have gotten them. I don't know.
Okay, it's good information. Thank you.
Do we need to make a motion that this is just information, Rhonda, or is there anything we need to? Okay, so just information, no motion needed.
As long as it appears in the minutes the report was given, I think we're fine. The DLGF may come check someday. I don't know.
The way it is,
Yeah, we can just attach it to the minutes.
yeah. Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Recording stopped.
okay. Thank you, Joni. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, good report. County Attorney Ed Ormsby.
Have a resolution to present to the commissioners for consideration. The resolution title is Resolution to Amend and Restate the Section 4.1 Vacation Policy and to amend the Section 4.4 Personal Paid Leave Policy of the County Employee Handbook. I'll read the applicable portions of the resolution. The full resolution will be made available to the public and anybody requested, as well as the press. Whereas the board wishes to amend and restate the Section 4.1 vacation policy and to amend the Section 4.4 personal paid leave policy of the county employee handbook in order to keep the county competitive in the marketplace for employees. Now therefore, the following is hereby resolved by the board. 1, the Section 4.1 vacation policy of the county employee handbook is hereby amended and restated in full as stated in the policy attached here. 2, the Section 4.4 paid personal leave policy of the county employee handbook is hereby amended such that new hires begin accrual of personal leave upon the 2nd month of continuous employment instead of upon the 7th month of continuous employment. 3, This resolution and the policy stated herein shall be effective as of January 1, 2024. The Section 4.1 vacation policy that is attached, in essence, adjusts the vacation days that are available for the employees as shown in the attachment. The resolution is submitted to the commissioners for consideration.
Okay.
I
We
know
have,
this is-
we have a motion?
Yeah, I'd make a motion to approve the resolution for change of the employment policy. I know this is something that we spent some
You have a
time
s-
looking at.
Can you get a second? Then we'll-
I would second that.
Okay,
I know-
discussion.
I know that this is something we've been looking at for some time. I appreciate Marcia and Ed gathering the information we needed to be able to put something together here that we feel like is a holistic plan for our vacation policy, for our employees here at the county. That we're able to stay competitive to retain and attract, new employees here in the county. So excited to see this move forward.
Yeah. Her collaboration with department heads and anybody that wanted to talk about this, moving this forward has taken place, and we feel it's a comprehensive changes, and I think it's good for everybody all the way around. Call the vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Bob Conley, aye.
Kerry Groener, aye.
Brad Jackson, aye.
Anything further?
Nothing further.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Bob, if I can make a comment?
Yes,
please?
you may.
So I know there's a lot of interest in this, and everybody, we want to get this into the hands of the department heads and employees. There will be a department head meeting scheduled for Thursday morning at 8 a.m. I would recommend that all department heads attend to get this information. HR will be there as well to help answer any questions they might have. And then it will be distributed to the employees through their department heads. So that's how we'll disseminate the information.
Very good. Thank you. Once again, above and beyond. Okay. County Administrator, Marcia McSherry, do you have anything?
I do. I have two items. There's a Justice Building renovation change order that needs to be approved. The change order, excuse me, is in the amount of $20,528. This includes existing offices. There were 3 buildings that we need to replace the ceiling system. It's a spline ceiling, and we need to update that. And we had to replace the lights in those areas as well. That was the $8,038. The next item, 5.1, was the existing library ceiling system, the grid and lighting in the CASA offices on the second floor, and that was $11,767 for part of the ceiling, and then the lights, and that was an addition of $9,317. Fourth item of 5.2 in this change order was the addition of quantity of 4 roller shades in an office. They looked at the floor plan. It was 1 window. Upon further inspection, it was determined that those needed to be divided into 4 different shades to make that work, and that was an add of $4,068, and that's does not come out of the change orders, but it's part of a supplemental separate line item to the change orders to cover that. So you're approving $20,528 today for change orders.
Okay. Do you have a motion for that?
Brad, you want to make that?
Yeah, I'd make that motion. Marcia and I have had quite a bit of discussion on this, so yes,
Okay.
I'd make that motion.
Second that.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye. Bob
Aye.
Conley, aye.
Gary Groener, aye.
Brad Jackson, aye.
There you go. Get anxious, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, the other item I have is a mowing contract. This is for all the buildings, courthouse, justice building, and everything that goes along with all of these buildings. I had 2 quotes one from M&D Lawn Care, and it was for the year was $15,940. Turf Master was $15,776. We've used Turf Master in the past, and I believe the recommendation is to go with Turf Master for this additional There was a lot of thought and process that went into this. We have 2 maintenance people. They have a full plate. We used to have a part-time person that come in to help with this kind of work during the summer months. We've not been able to put someone back into that position. It's the cost of the labor, the skill set of our maintenance people. A lot went into this, I'll just say that. So the recommendation is Turf Master, and
Very good.
that's it.
Okay. Do we have a motion to accept Turf Master as a recommendation?
Brad, do you want to make that?
I'd make that motion.
Okay.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye. Bob Conley, aye.
Kerry Groening, aye.
Brad Jackson, aye.
Okay.
That's all I have, thank you.
Thank you, Marcia. County Auditor, nothing today, Rhonda. Thank you very much. Is there any department head or office holder that has business with the commissioners today? Hearing none, we'll see you back here in 2 weeks on April 23rd. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
You're welcome, Brad. Take good
See you,
care.
Brad.
Bye-bye. Over and out.
Do you guys do you have time to have just a short discussion on an item that is an issue we need some guidance on? Sure. And it would probably be helpful if you guys listened in. If you have time, I appreciate it.
On what?
This is the housekeeping issue that we have.
Oh. Yeah.
I have it here, back here.
I'm sorry? Yeah, 5
Morning, Jim.
Morning.
Because we have a presentation.
Good job, Kip.
Bob.
I heard the sirens go off.
I sure will.
Okay.
As long as it's